Let's go racing, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Thursday Night Thriller Truck Series here live on the MRL Network. I'm Mean Gene Money, the voice of MRL in the booth tonight. I've got Kevin Kyle next to me. We got Buddy Sully is our producer, and we are live from the Chicago Street Course. That's right. It is week number 8 of our 12 race regular season, and we're bringing it to the mean streets of Chicago. You better bring a bulletproof vest, and you better bring a heavy lead foot for the brake and the gas here. Kevin, how you feeling tonight, buddy?
Yeah, feeling pretty good. I like this impromptu sliding into your DMs. I'm here last minute, knocking on your front door, and about to have a good time there, old Mean Gene.
Yeah, I tell you what, Kevin we pulled a Poxitati Phil on Kevin. He thought he was getting ready to sneak into bed for the night, and then next thing you know, here comes the Mean Gene hand of production, and we pulled Kevin right out of the covers. Hopefully he's nope, not wearing pants here in the booth.
Nope, just wife beater only, and socks, tube socks.
Hey man, you lift, bro. You look pretty good. So here we are. Coming off last week, what a race last week at Talladega. We all saw what happened. Bobby Dodson won the race. He goes to victory lane, and here comes John Beverly, MRL admin. Here comes Steve Fugere, and they told Bobby Dodson he didn't win. They talked about incident points. I was there when Bobby won. I have the shirt. Animal House is making me a print of it. They took the win away from Bobby. Zach Engel gets the win, competitive all night, and Zach became the 7th winner in 7 races. This is winning you're in. It's a crazy situation, wouldn't you say there, Kevin?
Yeah, it sure is. And then when you say Zach won, that's Zach Engel, correct? Of the Engel.
That's right. Of the Engel family. Yeah, okay. Olympic gold medalist Engel family.
I just wanted to be clear because I wasn't sure if it was the Panzarellas or the Engels, but it's the Engels. Okay.
Yeah, the Panzarellas are sitting on 0 wins. In fact, they're very sad because Dalton Geyer took over the lead in the regular season from Zach Panzarella. Wow. Yeah, so Dalton Geyer, they're buddies, but Dalton, he won at New Hampshire, and then Zach finished a lap down at Talladega, so too bad for him. So, yeah, the Engel got him a win. That puts him a win in your situation, but there's a couple of guys that's not going to work out for, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right, Mean Gene. Speaking of that, that's going to be the number, I think he's 23 in this league. It's Joey Styres. Joey Styres is not going to be, unless he shows up last minute for Chicago, Joey is going to basically punch his ticket out of the playoff contention by him not being here today because he would not qualify for enough races participated in order to make the playoffs there, Mean Gene.
Yeah, you gotta make 8 of the 12 races, and if Joey doesn't show up in the next 45 seconds, he's out of there. Joey won at Charlotte, won the opener, and then just issues have arose that have not allowed the 23 driver to continue. Another guy, AJ Benesh, he won at Homestead. AJ, though, he can make 2 races in the next 4, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that's what our math works out to here, Mean Gene, as we're looking at the math tablet. Yes. Out of the 4 races yet to be raced, he needs to at least participate in 2 of those races in order to qualify for the playoff contention when you're in provisional.
Now be careful. That rubric's been in my family for 19 generations. You know, I'm intimidated by calculators, so we're gonna keep using the rubric. So exciting action today. You can see David Owens, Jonathan Quesabir on the track right now. Remember, Jonathan, he won at North Wilkesboro just a couple of weeks ago. So Wilkesboro already punching his ticket in, the Michigan driver. There's Matt Novella. This guy awful fast on these road courses, Kevin. I wouldn't be surprised to see that 56 running up at the front.
No, Matt's really good in all turn left and right. But, man, I'm really digging that paint job from the the DI driver there, Matt Novella. That shark scheme with the wave, I freaking love it. I just want to see it. Oh my gosh, what a shot!
Look at it.
I freaking love it. That's my favorite paint job so far. And Zach and those guys always do a great job of having awesome paint jobs and stuff like that. So shout out there to that team and putting time and effort into it.
All right, and here's our Texan driver, Sam Milliken, running the 67 Chevrolet. Sam, he's been off to a relatively slow start so far this season. Not exactly toured up in practice either. So we're really hoping that he has an opportunity to move himself up in the standings. He's 13th right now, so he's barely on that outside looking in. He needs a good run today to start to close up that gap.
Looks like Chris Busher down there in the bottom left of his corner of his picture there. Is that Chris Busher, not Sam Milliken?
Is Busher catfishing us?
He might be.
You never can tell with some of these guys. 3 of those DDI drivers fastest in practice. Matt Novella, Alex Hillman, and Zach Panzarella had great practices. Kyle Lynott also had Sam doing tricks for us by the Xfinity mobile sign right there. He's not done yet, and he's got it straightened out.
No, Sam giving a plug there for Xfinity Mobile because his number 67 truck is as fast as Xfinity Internet, and I'm sure he'll be proud to get that sponsorship plug in as he goes by that big back. What's this coming in down to one of the corners? I call this the 4 corners of hell. It's where everything meets up, and where Kyle Busch and some of the guys from past races, you've seen them just pile it in through the tires. So
yep. I've had the opportunity to race here once. I did it in an Xfinity car, and I managed to come out of the pits and T-bone the wall and take out 4 drivers. That was my experience here at Xfinity. What about you, Kevin? What's your experience with this track? What vehicle and how'd you do?
I ran it in the Cup Series car, next gen, and it was for BRL on Sunday mornings, and it was more of a war of attrition. I was able to outlast everyone, and I won that race there. I do enjoy next gens at road courses and street courses. It's starting to become a nice challenge to me to try to get better at it, and I enjoy the challenge because it's more of a like progression of getting better throughout the week if you're able to put time into the track, and I really appreciate that the journey. Not as much as the result, but the journey of getting there. But yeah, no, I was able to beat David Medina and some other guys for attrition, because at that one we have no fast repairs because we're not a bunch of little girls, and we believe in hard, like the real life stuff over there. But anyways, that's enough of that, Mean Gene. But that was my experience with that.
Well, for a league that believes in real life stuff, you sure let some ragamuffins in there. I've seen that 251 guy drive around, so they'll let anybody over there. Kidding aside, that is our sister league, the Bonfire Race League. They do run on Sunday mornings. You can catch us out with a broadcast at 11 o'clock Central. All right, qualifying's over. It looks like Alex Hillman is going to take the pole. On the front row with him will be Zach Panzarella, Kyle Lynott, Jonathan K. Severe in the second row. Matt Novella, Joe Volpes. Joe's a great road course driver. Can't wait to see what the Gulf Coast Racing guy can do. That's finishing row number 3. And row 4 is David Brenner and David Owens. Will the real David please stand up?
Yeah, and then we're going to be having in row 5, Sam Milliken, Steve Fugat. And then row 6, Graham McRiven, Dalton Geyer. And then some of these guys, everyone else had no time. They put no time in for qualifying. So they're going to look to work their way from the back and move their way up forward, maybe waiting on some other guys to make mistakes. And then also, Mean Gene, I think we're going to have a stage break today around lap 18. And drivers are looking to have about, what do we hear, about 13 to 14 laps of fuel?
Yep, exactly. We got a 42 lap race. The stage break is at 18. They will take a caution. And yeah, I've heard that they can make about 14 laps of fuel. So they will be taking a green flag, most likely caution, before the end of the stage. So we'll get to see that aspect of the game and skill as well when the drivers are forced to come in for fuel. Tires is another question. You said you're running those next-gen cars. Did you run the same tires the whole time? I ran Sonoma recently, and I used the same set pretty much the whole race. What about here in these trucks? You think these guys are going to need new tires at some point?
42 laps is quite a bit, to be honest with you. So we're going to see. I have a feeling at that stage break, it might be smart to throw them on because you're going to get a chance to regroup up and not maybe lose too much time on cold tires. But at the same time, you're not really gonna be losing that track position either. I mean, I think you're gonna see guys put them on at the stage break because you got the caution. You might as well. You know, you're getting bunched back up, and it can make a huge difference towards the end of that run for the finish line.
Well, we will see what these drivers decide to do. Last week, 33 drivers at Talladega. This week, 18 drivers going to participate, and we cannot wait to see which of them will prevail here on the mean streets of Chicago. And this is not a normal road course. You know, there's no grass to just spin out on. There is a fast repair here in the league if you do make a mistake, but there's zero room for error with the turns being this tight and just concrete everywhere, right?
That's right, Mean Gene. You got concrete and rubber at every corner, so there is no runoffs. There's nowhere to hide or escape, like you said, or make a mistake. You make a mistake, you're going in that safer barrier K rail, and you're going to be getting real damage quite a bit. And what else I was going to say, Mean Gene? I had something else I wanted to say. I lost my train of thought. But no, like you said, I'm with you on that, Mean Gene. No error for mistake here with no runoffs. The guys are going to have to be really careful and patient with each other in order to survive this track right here. And especially this Xfinity section coming down on the brakes hard. It's quite bumpy coming over that bridge. And then here you're going to be going into the fountain section after this, I believe. And this is also a nice speed area. You're going to want to hang really close to that left side wall where it says Toyota. So on your driver's side, you're going to see drivers trying to hug that left side around the fountain. And you're going to be making a quick, a slight right-hand turn after this bend, after the fountain section. And then hard on the brakes. And this course is very bumpy, so getting hard on the brakes, you got to be careful. Certain spots can really upset the car quite a bit. And
I've noticed the gears can do that too, right? I noticed that second gear, just going from second into third, I felt the rear end get loose on me. I found myself quick shifting up into third and never downshifting to slow myself, only really downshifting once I had committed to the line. Well, here, speaking of the line, we are about to go green. The flagman is waving, and Hillman is going to take him across. He's going to lead it into the lead. Oh, first turn, 3 wide.
Yeah, 3 wide.
That turn, that was very. Oh, and there's a spinner.
Yeah, David Brenner gets turned around there further in the back. He's going to have trouble. He's going to keep it out of too much trouble as everything gets situated. But a lot of cars able to get by him without any too much trouble or damage. And there's Owens and the little bit of pack there, but you can see the separation from the two group of cars due to that spin by Brenner.
Yeah, Alex Hillman, the beneficiary, trying to pull away. He's got Kyle Lynott and Zach Panzarella chasing him down. Panzarella with good speed, keeping tight. In that gap, you can see Matt Novella, Jonathan Quesabir. That is your top 5 right now, though. Hillman trying to lay down a burner already with a 1-second lead over the second-place truck of Kyle Lynott, bringing it down through the Xfinity, down that slight downhill, making it even more difficult to turn. And now they're on that Xfinity backstretch. And here's the gears. I felt good going up the hill. You're going to see them hug that wall and then try to make a diamond almost, I think, as they try to angle that turn to that hard right into the McDonald's section.
Yeah, I mean, Gene, sorry, I'm getting discombobulated with the, but yeah, right here's the McDonald's hard right-hand turn after the fountain, over another bridge, and same thing, coming down on this downhill, being hard on the brakes, you gotta be careful. Then this is the right-hand turn onto the, basically the front stretch where you're gonna go across the start-finish line and complete the first lap here on the colder tires, but now they should be getting up to temp where drivers are gonna be able to start pushing it now with the grippiness of the tires starting to go up. And here's that hard left-hander where you gotta basically apex that thing nice and smooth, get a lot of speed off of exit. And then this is a long front stretch kind of area. After this right-hander, you're gonna have this really long stretch, a little kink to the right into another 2 right-hand turns. And then this is where you can really make up some speed though, right here as we go on board with Owens.
This is a great shot inside that number 11 truck. And this right there, you can't even afford to shift, I would think, coming over the top of that McDonald's. Here, they're going to probably get it all the way into fourth, quickly downshift into third, and then watch how late it will be till he shifts into second. There, really shifting late, making sure because that truck just seems to bounce anytime you're going into second gear. You basically have the wheel straight and start to brake in second gear, and the thing just starts to bounce. You can see right there that bouncing for the David Owens number 11 Ford.
Yeah, Mean Gene. And then right now, I think if we could go maybe take a look at Joseph Volpus and Dalton Geyer, that might look like a closer battle at the moment as those times are starting. There we go. There's Joseph trying to chase down Dalton in the 8 right now as we got a good battle. And that is, who else is there behind him? Oh, is that a yellow? That's not a yellow, is it? Oh, my.
Well, Hillman all of a sudden not being shown in the lead. I'm not sure what happened right there. My iRacing just bounced. I'm gonna have to reset that. Something fun happened.
Yeah, no, I'm showing Hillman. I'm showing Alex still in the lead. He ran the fastest lap. That last lap, obviously, was lap 2 on heated up tires. He ran a 131.419, and Kyle Lanot, second place truck, ran about 2/10 slower than Alex. So Hillman definitely has the pace right now in order to keep that lead.
There we go.
And are they green? Are they green? Or
yeah, I'm showing green.
Okay. You know what? But okay, you could be right because I see Steve Lewis. He is a lap down already, so maybe he might have had some damage or something happened to Steve there because I saw him drop off the quick. But yeah, right now I'm showing the good battle here on track would be, I think it's just still like the Joseph Volpus and Dalton Geyer combination, the 13 and the 36 right now. Yeah, this little group right here battling it out. So that's the 8, the 13.
No, it's like Steve Youth right behind them, yeah?
That's Case of Beer. So Jonathan Case of Beer is leading this little group down into this turn right here. This is that 3 group I was trying to talk, but I forgot Case of Beer was 8. So 8's Case of Beer, 13's Volpus, and then you got Dalton Geyer there behind in the 36 at the moment. But this close battle right here. Oh, as Galton gets a little loose there out of turn. That's one thing, is just trying to manage that throttle control. Even in the trucks with the 4 gears, they still have a lot of horsepower and torque where you get on it too fast, you're going to lose rear end there. As you can see, he lost a little bit of speed there, but I feel like Dalton's got some good pace here and won't have a problem getting through these guys here hopefully soon.
That's what I was experiencing. I was quick shifting into third. It seemed like when I let the RPMs get too high, second gear, whether braking or accelerating, the truck just seems to stop. So 3 winners that we're looking at right there. Volpus won at Iowa, Dalton Geyer won at New Hampshire, and Case of Beer at North Wilkesboro. So 3 guys familiar with Victory Lane now find themselves battling it out here in the Chicago street course, bringing it through these tight S's. And you'll see, watch this apex, and he'll try to get that front end lined up so that he can just swing that right without slowing.
Yeah,
you really got to watch that.
Let's go up front with Kyle and not there. Let's take a look at how Kyle's looks like he's going to get ready for a pass here on Hill. Or is he working on Hillman? Or no?
He is.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a good look.
Yeah, Hillman might have had a little bit of issue because I saw Kyle's time really creep up pretty quick there on old Hillman. So Kyle not showing some good pace early. Panzarella might have had an issue as he lost 4 seconds already. We saw him right, like you said earlier in the broadcast, Gene. They were a tight, nice little pack there. But looks like, yeah, Zach's already back. He's 3.5 seconds back for Zach. And then car after that's going to be Matt Novella. He's about 4 seconds slower than, so 4 seconds behind Zach at the moment. So a little bit of separation starting to happen in the field as we keep going. But yeah, the 2 battles on track, I would say, would be as Kyle caught up to Hillman, but now Hillman seems to got his momentum back. He might have had an issue or hiccup there, but he seemed to get back on pace here as he's starting to open up that gap back over Lanata at this time.
How Alex got his groove on. I think they made a movie about that. So Hillman, he does finally get it back. He's building that lead back up, 0.7 seconds. Zach Panzarella, he's 4.5 back, and then there's the gap to Novella, like you said, 4.5 behind him. Case of Beer, Dalton Guy are still having a battle. Joe Volpus fallen off of the pace. He was with Case of Beer and Geyer, but now Volpus seems to have vanished, and he's back there having a battle with Joe Amato. Joe finishing third at Talladega. Would love to piggyback that with a good finish here today, but that number 19 doing the best he can to just keep it on the track. 24 seconds behind the leaders is that group right there.
Yeah, and that was after that incident at the beginning we saw with David Brenner spinning out. That kind of threw everybody off and put them in a hole, even at the beginning of this race. So they're trying to bounce back from that, but you know it's a long race, and you're going to have that caution coming out later. As we are watching David Brenner at this time. He's trying to chase down Steve. Steve's been running. It should be a pretty pass happening pretty soon, as David's running a 135 that last lap, and Steve ran a 136. So almost over a second and a half difference in lap times. As here we take a look at Joseph Volpus under duress from Joe Amato coming through the McDonald's section of the track. Great shot there from Buddy as they come down. Nice little battles.
So dangerous with the elevation changes. I feel like you can rev it a little bit extra going uphill, but coming on those downhills, I feel like you're forced to brake in third gear. Right there, trying to brake at that apex. If you downshift too soon, especially in that section, that Xfinity section, truck just starts to bounce out of control. And here, this short circuit, I think you get on third as quickly as you can, and then right back down again once you get halfway through this McDonald's section. Interesting places where people brake and where they choose to accelerate. Only Brenner has really shown us that spin, so great job here by the 16 drivers. I am showing Kevin Brower is being out, so we have lost one driver already. KB, the first victim. Steve Lewis lap down. I think he's about to experience that indignity again, though.
Yeah, great job there by David Brenner making that pass on Steve as he picks up a position as David Brenner goes up to P9 now. He's 2 spots down from where we started, but after that spin, you couldn't ask for too much more. So definitely that number 22 truck's got some pace in him as we continue on. And it looks like now probably our next battle is going to just say, Buddy, great catch, is Joseph Volpus and Joseph Amato now trying to battle it out for P7 at the moment. Joseph Amato up 5 spots from the beginning of this race.
Oh, no.
What happened there, Mean Gene?
Hey, it isn't so, Joe. Joe just had a little spin and put his front end into the wall, and he's towed. Takes that auto tow. That'll end that battle as Joe Amato now takes that pass.
I didn't see, but hey, I was going to say Dalton Geyer and Joe Amato right now got a good battle. So does Jonathan Casebeer and Dalton Geyer, Buddy. I'm sorry about that. You had it right on the first time. But that's our close battle we have right now. But Sam Milken's in the pit. I'm showing. Also Joseph Volpus, like you said, after that big damage he took hitting the wall. I saw just the fender come flying off. I wasn't able to catch it. Kyle Lynott takes that chance now. They also pit. So you have guys coming in, trying to get a little bit of advantage, trying a little bit something different here as pit stops are starting to. A couple guys coming in and trying to get this pit stops taken care of.
Yeah, we said they could make it to 14 laps on fuel, so these guys choosing to come in just a little bit early. I'm keeping an eye on Lynott, whose truck is in there right now, and it looks like tires are being changed as we speak.
Okay, I can see that being something strategy, so we'll have to keep an eye on him when the caution for the brake comes out. As the 11 and the 998 almost meet, David Owens gets a little loose there as Kyle comes out of pit exit. But yeah, keep an eye on Lynott then at the stage break. See if he can get track position by fueling up only and not taking tires at the break.
Yeah, he took 4 right there, so definitely a strategy choice on his part. We'll see if it pays off a little bit later in the race. How about Hillman now? He's pushed that lead up. Zach Panzarella now being shown in second. Zach's 5.5 seconds back. Not Matt Novella, 9 seconds back. And then that amazing battle we saw between Case of Beer and Dalton Geyer for 4th and 5th place. Other than that, these other drivers really starting to struggle here in Chicago.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. Yeah, Dalton Geyer and Joseph Amato, they were both up 7 spots from the beginning of this race. So guys have both been able to capitalize greatly. As here, the 36 and the 8, Jonathan Quesabir side by side entering that turn, but Quesabir is able to win out over that positioning battle coming down the start-finish line here at Chicago with 9 laps down.
Really good action. And look at this now. You can see trucks coming out of the pits at the same time now. Now Geyer having to deal with that black truck. I think
that's still a case of beer there, Mean Gene. So
yeah.
Geyer did a good job missing getting that pit, the truck leaving the pits area.
Is that Owens?
No, I don't think it was. Oh, as we got the 36 Dalton gets damaged to the right front right there. He hits the inside wall of that safer barrier coming out of that complex right there. So Dalton's going to have some major, not major, but definitely could have knocked out some of that steering off the right front.
Yeah, you don't want to take any wheel damage because all of a sudden this thing gets real difficult to turn. So hopefully Dalton won't be suffering too much damage from that. So you can see Quesabir, Dalton not falling too far behind, and then additional trucks directly behind them. That battle tightening up right there.
Yeah, I think it's either Joseph Wolfis and Sam Milliken. Those are the 2 trucks that are behind them. So these 2 guys that stayed on the lead lap, haven't pitted yet. They were able to get out in front of those cars coming out with the cold tires. So that definitely helped their cause in putting down fast lap times, not having to get bogged down, but maybe some slower trucks. As Dalton now hits the pit lane, you can see Dalton just brought it on in, and now we're waiting on Quesabir to make that pit stop finally. But yeah, there's Dalton Geyer coming in on lap 10, going on 11 for the pit stop, which he's trying to, like you said, he's trying to get it in before the stage, so you're not taking as much fuel. That's one more thing. So if he takes tires here and fuel, and the caution comes out, so fuel only for Dalton.
Ooh.
Yep.
He's not playing. So Zach Panzarella is going to take over as your leader, currently with a 17.5-second lead over the number 8 of Jonathan Quesabir. Hillman behind them, Brenner, then Matt Novella. Unfortunate people at the moment. Graham McGivern, he is a lap down to Panzarella, so he's waiting to see him go in. Joe Volpis, a lap down to Zach and Jonathan Quesabir. So, he's also ready to see those boys come in. And with Milliken being right behind Joe Volpis, he's in that same boat. Steve Lewis also being shown a lap down. 9 trucks have him in that 1 lap down position.
Yeah, and there was a shot of Zach leading this race yet to pit. Some other notable things that happened. So Alex Hillman came in on lap 9. Here comes Zach right now. He's pitting. I'm seeing him get the pit. They're telling him the pit on the radio. There he comes on down. So he's going to take his time. But Alex Hillman took a 7.5-second pit stop, no tires. And then Dalton Geyer, the man we just watched, came in also on lap 9, but he only had a 6-second stop. So he had a 1 second shorter stop than Alex Hillman. So let's see how those 2 come out and see what Zach does right here. This will be a good sign to see what the leaders at the moment is going to do and where maybe Alex comes out on track.
Ooh.
So, yeah,
fuel only.
Fuel only. Zach only took, let's see how long he was in the pit. So Zach had a 7.3 stop. Here comes the rest of the field in. That's David Brenner, David Owens. And then here comes Dalton Geyer in that yellow truck on the near screen as we see him go on by. Okay, Mean Gene. So they're both out on track. Alex Hillman and Zach Panzarella. There's about a 3-second interval, it looks like on my screen, between the 2, or a 4-second. I'm sorry, yeah, 4-second interval, 4.5 seconds. So Alex still controlling that lead that he had before the pit cycles came out. So
wow, look how quick he closed that gap right there.
Yeah, and there's a good little cluster of trucks, 4 trucks coming by also.
He's got, looks like Volpis and Milliken right in front of him.
So this is going to hurt Hillman. This is going to hurt Quesabir and Hillman if that's the 08 and 8 together.
Yeah, that's Sam Milliken in that blue 67 right ahead of him.
Yeah, so this is not what Hillman wanted to see at all. Hillman, he's definitely faster than these trucks right here in front of him, but now he's going to get bogged down, and this is going to basically let Zach Zach should be able to close this gap up hopefully soon. He needs to do as fast as he can while Hillman has these not lap traffic, but slower trucks in front of him at the time. Now here comes a pass from Volpus. Volpus trying to pass Case of Beer going into the fatal 4 turn.
Ooh.
Yep, and then you can see Hillman in the back doing everything he can. He knows he's fast. He's losing time. Yeah, now Zach's interval to Hillman is 3.3. It is getting smaller and smaller. Now he's under 3. You can really see now. Yeah, you can really see the speed. These trucks in front of Alex really bothering him. But that number 8 car, Case of Beer, he has yet to pit also. So keep that in mind. So you'll be looking at the 8 car, Jonathan. That is the leader of the race. He needs to come in and pit. And what we're seeing earlier, 13 to 14 laps of fuel. He's going to be due pretty soon.
Yeah, and he's losing 2 full seconds every lap, the last 2 laps that he's been out there with those guys who did come in, especially versus Hillman. And he's actually lost 4 seconds to Novella and Lanat. So Case of Beer, he's got himself some lead laps, but it is time, my friend. You need to come in there and maybe think about tires, especially here before the stage break.
Yeah, and there's a great shot of Kyle Lanat. Kyle Lanat right now, he's running in 5th place at the moment. He's already completed his pit stop. He's about 5 seconds from the leader. So that whole issue of Case of Beer kind of slowing down everybody's just helping everybody in this progression catch back up to Alex. But now that gap that Alex had is now dwindled to almost a little over a whole second. So from 3.5, 4 seconds that Alex had, because of the slower cars out in front, Zach's now just a second behind him.
Yep. And Case of Beer finally going into the pit, but the damage is done. Hillman really going to need to make a magical move if he wants to keep this lead. You can see just how quickly that Panzarella has shut the distance. 67 of Milliken still separating them. So perhaps he can give that same kind of attention to Panzarella that Hillman received when he caught that group.
Yeah, now Zach's got to do the same thing. But the only issue now, though, Zach doesn't have to deal with Case of Beer. You know, that was one extra car that Hillman had to deal with that Zach didn't. And Hillman had to deal with it a lot longer than Zach did. So Zach definitely the beneficiary of this whole pit cycling and where cars came out on track.
Oh, there we go. There's a move on the inside.
Oh, there's a big shot by the 67. It's the wall on the left front fender. Yeah, Milliken. Yeah, a little more than a tap there. They're going to have to get some repairs on that truck, but maybe he's okay. I think that steering wheel might be a little crooked on that one. Okay, so Hillman, great job there by Hillman, getting underneath. Who is that? He just passed. Okay, Novella. Okay, so yeah, great job there by Novella. Novella also teammates DDI representing, letting the 2 DDI cars kind of get room and get by. Another DDI car coming by in the frame also. So all these guys doing a great job working together, letting them, you know, fight for the lead and fight for what's right there. As Alex Alex has got over. He's making that lead back out to 1.8. So Zach got it all the way almost to a second, and now he's edged it back out to over 2.5. As Zach, big hit there.
We're jinxing him. We're giving him the broadcaster jinx.
Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt, Mean Gene. He's hurt.
He is. He's got Tommy Fox in front of him. Joe Volpus just got through there. Fox not trying to avoid going a lap down, as is Joe Volpus. Hillman is milking an injured car right now, and Zach Panzarella is knocking on that door as hard as you can.
Yeah, Zach's going to look to the inside here, makes the move. Great job. Puts Thomas Fox in the bad spot a little bit, not really, but Thomas is, took it a little too wide. Going to get a little bit of damage there on that left side, but great job there by Zach for making his move as soon as he could. Hillman seems to have gotten that truck back out of control, but you can see that right front fender is knocked in a little bit. So we just wonder how much damage Hillman took to that, as that 08 right front doesn't look so hot right now. But we're gonna keep an eye on it.
He's trying to make it work. He's got Joe Volpus in front of him. Volpus, a veteran driver, should manage to stay out of the way, especially Hillman loose again. You can see in that corner, but Volpus should stay ahead of those guys and not give them too much trouble. Behind them, Zach Panzarella, though, really trying to close that gap as hard as he can. Novella Lanat also in the picture. Jonathan K. Sabir now, he led so long, 26 seconds back.
Yeah, something to keep in mind here. So, like, Alex Hillman's best lap was a 131. That last lap with traffic and whatnot, 136. I mean, that's a 5 second, just under a 5 second difference in lap time. So you asked about tires being an issue or anything like that. Well, let's keep an eye on Kyle Anott's time. Kyle Anott ran a 135 also. His best lap was a 131, but he did take tires. So did Matt Novella. So keep an eye on these guys' lap times and see if they're able to catch Zach and Alex if their lap times continue to rise upward.
Those four drivers, only 2 seconds apart.
Yeah, this is a great battle they have here. You saw Steve get Steve in the Captain Crunch car truck had a little bit of trouble there or he slowed down to let them by. As this group of four really put on a show. Oh, there goes the 88 into the pit lane right now.
Louis taking it into the pits again.
Yeah, Louis having a tough time.
Ooh, and Hillman again touches the wall.
Same
That's
side.
going to cause a jack up. Panzarella and Novella side by side. Novella lets up. Wow, look how tight these boys are. Hillman keeps making mistakes, but those three battling behind him, they're taking away those best lines and letting Hillman just hold on. And there's Lanat making the move. Wow.
Ooh, Novella hard in the outside lane wall right there.
Great action. You can see these four men making battle. We are on lap 16. Remember, the end of lap 18. We will throw the caution. Give them
look out.
Oh, what great rolling ability by Panzarella to hold on. That forces Novella to the outside, and Lanat looks like he takes that position, moves himself up into third. Hillman loves it. He's got a full second lead, but Panzarella still making battle, trying to close that gap as much as he can. Lap 16 racing to the caution at the end of 18.
Yeah, that truck is not looking right to me, Mean Gene. I think he might have damaged it more than we think because those lap times aren't looking too hot. He's still running a 135. Let's see what he did when he comes across the line this time. But Zach doing a great job. I'm interested to see these lap times. I know they had a little bit of a stack up, but let's check it out, see what he's running this time by. So 135.6 there for Alex. Everyone else behind him ran faster than Alex. So
He did.
So Alex having a little bit of trouble with that damage. Zach not looking yet. He needs to get a good run off of these corners and find his spot. I feel like Zach's going to be patient and not risk anything like you might have seen Matt Novella try to risk it on Zach there earlier. It did not work out for him and he lost position there. But a lot of these cars getting some damage, so you got to take care of your truck. It's a long race. As we're just being treated to such a great battle here right now in Chicago.
It's amazing to watch these four. They are closing in. Oh, loose in the back.
Yeah, that's the 56 of Matt.
Novella.
Yeah, you can just tell he's been a little hard on the gas, like just anxious or just trying hard, just trying to make a pass, trying to get up there for stage points, and it's not working out. But now here we go, more lap traffic in front of him. You can see the trucks really get squirrely on him. You can see Kyle coming off that corner, a little hard on the gas, and then there he is again. All that little bit of sliding is going to keep warming up those tires and then making it more prevalent to get more loose faster because you keep heating them up over and over, and it's just a cycle that continues to get those tires hot by sliding them. But if you watch the trucks closely, you can see guys getting on it a little too hard, a little swiggle right there like Alex just had.
That's why I like to shift quick up into third. The 94 of Steve Fugit now right in the pathway of Alex Hillman. Fugit is going to move to the side. And if he lets one go, though, he's going to have to let all four, right?
Yeah, but this is a tough place. Alex thinks better of it.
Well,
He
look
slows
at him
it
back
down.
up. Oh, Fugit into the wall. Lenot avoids that. Wow.
Oh, now
Lenot
Zach takes his
passes
chance.
Novella. Look
Zach
at
saw his
Zach
chance
go.
and did it. Yep, Zach, great job. Saw his opening, got underneath Alex Hillman in that hurt truck. And now Kyle Lenot battling out, finds his position. Now it's a race down to this corner.
Well, this is some great action as now all four drivers switching positions. Panzarella in the lead, Lenot behind him. Novella gets through Hillman, who was in the lead 5 turns ago, now finds himself back and forth. And Case of Beer still on the outside looking in. He is 27 back, and he's about to be battling with David Brenner.
Yeah, that just goes to show you. Now I'm really curious to see these lap times and see how much faster Zach can be in clean air and not being stuck behind Alex Hillman and some of these guys.
Yeah, if he can make use of that.
I don't think so.
No,
I think that's just something SDK likes to do. Like when there's 25 to go, it switches over to that whole saying.
All right, so that is the end of the caution right there. Everybody's slowing up. We're not going to see how fast they are this lap. David Brenner was shown as the fastest for me that last lap. He's trying to make up for that spin. He's going to love this restart after stage points awarded. Now, because there was only 16 drivers in the field, only 7 cars will be awarded stage points. Panzarella is going to get the stage win. Lenot second, Novella third, Hillman 4, Case of Beer 5, Brenner 6, and Dalton Geyer 7. Looks like Owens and Volpus on the outside looking in 8th and 9th place. Steve Fugit finished 10th, but I'll tell you one thing Fugit's got to be happy about. He would be the lucky dog. Do you get a lucky dog on a road course, Kevin?
I think you do, but I think Steve's going to make sure he gets it. I'm hearing a lot of chatter about, I don't know. We'll just see what happens here.
Yeah, he's like, I'm tired of being in last. I hate you people. Look at him. Get out of my way. I'll wreck you. I'll wreck you. I'm moving up.
Just to update everybody today on the weather, 68 degrees, 89 degree track temp. So if anyone's out there checking out track times or watching this and seeing the times the guys are running, that's kind of the conditions they're running under. Nice clear day here in Chicago, a lot different than the first Cup race that was held here. But there it is. Beautiful. Look at that beautiful display there. Thank you, sir. Looking good as always. And a big shout out to Buddy Sali as he's controlling the buttons in the production truck there for us here at the MRL.
Yeah. You know, Buddy wants to be out there. He's got that busted shoulder, though. But Buddy, an amazing road course driver, you know, he'd have been out there loving to bump heads with these fellas. All those DDI trucks. We need a rival company.
They look good, though, man. I love the paint jobs. That's one thing I got to give them credit for is their paint jobs I like them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, Novella with that shark on the side, really sharp looking. There's
that's
red and black.
Yeah.
You have to talk to the Gulf Coast guys, tell them they need to start getting some matching paint jobs. Over on the Monday night series, Kevin, the team you're a part of, 2X Racing, those guys at that super speedway, that was nice. Y'all look like a nest of yellow jackets coming after people.
All right, let's get back to that. But right now, I want to see if Kyle Lenot takes another set of tires, if Zach Panzarella takes his first set of tires, and just kind of see what happens with that. I'm curious.
All right,
there goes Steve. Yeah, and there goes Steve Fugit with his forceful wave around.
Parade lap. His parade lap.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm looking at Kyle here.
Tires going, looks like tires going up on everyone. Alex, tires. So everyone's taking tires again. Okay. I think that's a good call. I think with these trucks and the tires they run, you could feel it. You could feel guys struggling. The track times weren't as fast as they were. So let's keep an eye. I'm really curious to see how if Zach can get out clean air and see what his track times are going to be. Because right now, It's got a nice clean track in front of him for a lot of laps until his pit cycles start again.
So top 6 out of there. Meanwhile, Vulpes, Brenner, Owens, I think Gulf Coast Racing's having a party in there, and those guys just not moving.
Probably getting repairs done, Minji.
Yeah, you know it. I hear the sawzalls and the hammers. They got duct tape out there.
Yeah, we only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trucks take a normal schedule amount of pit time. So everybody else in there getting their bandages and repairs done. Got the bare bondo out, torches, whatever they got to do to get these trucks working again. I'm curious with Alex Hillman. So Alex had a 26-second stop, definitely getting some damage fixed. He's gonna be back 5 spots. Big mover and shaker, Dalton. After the start, he's up 7 spots. So Dalton doing a great job, really welcoming this re-rack. David Owens, David Brenner starting where they did at the beginning of the race. So look for them to have a better start. See if David Brenner won't get spun this time. Yeah, won't spin. And just excited. I'm just really excited to see this restart. This is where all the action's going to happen. So
94 Fugit getting a little bit of work done. Also getting tires. He is the lucky dog recipient. He's going to need to hurry, catch up to these boys before they get that thing started. But right now, I mean, the speed that Zach and Kyle Lynott showed out there. Novella also, I think that truck's still healthy. So those top 3 guys going to be interesting. Case of beer, it took pit strategy for him to lead those laps. Curious to see if he can stick up with those top 3. And then Alex Hillman, currently being shown in 6th, led so many laps, ran so fast, but we saw him hit that inside wall, and that seemed to slow him down greatly.
Yeah, and the top drivers up here right now in the front of our pack, they all run similar times, half a second here or there. But what it's going to come down is consistency and handling that under pressure and not letting yourself get. Oh, there goes Steve again.
What is he doing?
I don't know, but I hear him asking for more black flags cleared. Not a good look as the admin of the league, asking for his own black flags to be cleared. I'm just giving him a hard time, but I just thought it was hilarious.
He came out late. He said, "No, you can't lap me again. I worked so hard."
Yeah. So there's collusion. I think there's an investigation going to be held, looking into that action. But back to the race here. Like I was saying, it's all about handling that pressure. Have you been there before? Zach's really wanting this win. Is he going to be able to handle the pressure? He has the speed to stay up front, not get into trouble. But another thing is, can Alex Hillman, did he get all that repair done? Did he use his fast repair? Is he able to get through this traffic and catch up to Zach? There's going to be a lot of great storylines here for the rest of this race and things to keep an eye on. But I'd keep your eye on old Kyle Lynott there and see what he can do, because this is his time to shine. Very aggressive driver. And let's see if he can get out front and get this lead early.
And Kyle also looking for his first win this year. So the front row guys, Panzarella and Lynott, would both love to find their first win. Behind them, a bunch of race winners until you get down to David Brenner in 7th. If David can avoid that spin, cut through some of this traffic, he too could throw his name up there into victory lane. Challenging material. Panzarella, though, he is the guy to look at. Lynott, I'm curious, if I'm Kyle Lynott, a bump is a bump and it's not my fault, right? Like, I rolled a little better than you, and you just kind of spun.
You're asking the wrong guy about bumping.
Net code. It's net code.
Because I feel like I would do. I mean, hey, I'd do it.
I mean, it's just net code.
Yeah, we can always blame it on net code.
It's just net code when I accidentally bumped into you. So they're going through the McDonald's section right now. I'm loving it. I'll tell you who ain't loving it. That is 11th place back, as those guys being a lap down.
Yeah, your race is shot basically, because it ain't gonna be another yellow. So
no, it would
gonna be it would take something special. But here we go, Mean Gene. You're getting lined up, bunched up, ready to rock and roll for the last stage here at Chicago. As the flag man drops the flag, hammered down, and away they go. Kyle Lynott on the inside, all the way into the section here, Mean Gene.
Immediately going 3 wide in that second row. Panzarella on the inside. Lynott gets a little spin and keeps going, and he's going to pick up the 56. And hey, let's make it a party. And
Alex
right
Hillman.
now,
Alex Hillman caught up in that too. All our big players that we thought could challenge Zach Panzarella for the lead, damage.
Wow.
Smothered back of the pack.
What is that laughing? That is Zach Panzarella laughing because all the challengers just ate the dirt.
Yeah,
Wow.
Zach's got a great opportunity here. If he can just focus in and just put everything behind him and just focus on that nice clean track out in front, he might have a good shot at this thing. So we'll see if Zach can keep extending this lead out, or can case a beer with this carrot out in front of him. Can he make a move? As Dalton now, great speed out of that exit. Dalton looking to make a move on case of beer.
14 laps possible. That'll take us up to 36 with a full tank of gas. So one pit stop still remaining for this 42-lap race. So Panzarella just needs to put down some consistent laps. That was the word you used before, Kevin, and I think it really applies at this point. The faster drivers have faded away. The next fastest guy we saw was David Brenner, already 5 seconds back. Joe Volpus, 5 seconds back. Dalton and Geyer and Jonathan Casabir, closest challengers, but that gap is already 2 seconds.
Yeah, and then just to update our viewers, Alex Hillman towed and is in the pit. So
No.
Hillman's day looks like it's going to be over. One of the main contenders here, giving everyone trouble. And then, like you said, Mean Gene, Kyle Lynott in front of the field spun, kind of caused the insight. He's in the pit lane, and that kind of gave Zach a nice little buffer to kind of get away. So Zach taking full advantage for everything, but that's what you get.
Look at Hillman. Hillman's out of the truck waiting for Lynott.
Oh,
this ought to be good.
Does he have socks on?
He's wearing Daisy Dukes, and he's got his dad with him.
Oh, no.
They're being separated by MRL officials.
Now Kyle Lynott pulling in the pit road. It looks like they're getting out of their trucks. Mean Gene, the pit crews are trying to hold them back.
This is excitement right here. You got to love it to see feelings, hurt, and emotions run that high. Speaking of running high, look at Panzarella as he continues to be thrilled with the possible podium finish right now.
Yeah, Mean Gene, and we might have had a little hiccup
qualify. That's not your track, right? Especially a road course.
Yeah, it's okay. Hey, so our thank you viewers for coming back. Yeah, we just had a little disconnection there, but we're all back on track. But nothing has changed really. Zach's still out to that big lead. Case of beer trying to hold on to that lead. Second place as you can.
Wall.
Yeah, you saw the smoke. Now Geyer under fire from Owens, I believe, there, buddy.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
that's
but
tough.
Owens is able to make that pass right now on Geyer. So now Owens trying to chase down Case of beer at the moment. But right now on track, that's basically our good battle right now is keep an eye on these three for P2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, once you spread it back after that, Case of beer and Owens slowly, that's a second and a half. Behind them, Geyer would love to get back to Owens, slowly fading away. Brenner starting to close the gap on Geyer. We'll see if Dalton Geyer can get that truck moving. And then there's a gap. David Brenner trying to close the gap. Volpus 15 seconds behind the leader, Matt Novella 20. Steve Fugit still on the lead lap, but 51 seconds back. Lap drivers after that doing their best to just make it around and collect those points. Zach's lead now 2.5 seconds. That number 12 Chevrolet looking good.
Yeah, Zach, even though he didn't run the fastest time that lap, a lot of other trucks did. So maybe there's a chance for some other guys, or maybe Zach's taking a little easy, or like I said, the consistency. It's all about the consistency and be able to do this under pressure. As those laps count down, the pressure continues to mount. But further those guys get in his rearview mirror, the better Zach's going to be feeling and the less pressure he'll feel. So it's up to these guys to hang around, let Zach know that, hey, I can still see you in the rearview mirror. If you make a mistake, I can be right there at your back bumper and make your life difficult.
Yeah, fastest lap that last time was by David Brenner, but Brenner in 5th place, 5.5 seconds back. That is a big obstacle, especially considering he's going to have 3 trucks in between. So Brenner has recovered from that initial spin that he had back in stage 1. his truck clearly not suffering any of effects, or he made use of the faster pair. But a crummy restart, a spin between the two trucks of Lynott and Hillman has put that gap for Brenner, and it might just be too big to overcome.
Yeah, I mean, Gene, I totally agree. And I feel like when these guys come in for their next pit stop, which might be around lap 33 or so, is when the window might be open. I think it's going to be fuel only. And you're going to have to really watch these guys be on these old tires that are heated up, especially with these truck tires. I feel like they're not as forgiving as those next gens are. And you might have wished you took a set. But we'll keep an eye on it. As now Dalton's doing a great job getting back to the back.
Yeah, three-man race right here, huh?
Yeah, and Brenner too. Brenner's got some great pace right now. So, but you made a great point there, Mean Gene. Brenner's got to get around 3 trucks, and so if these guys are running slower than Zach, but he could, it's hard. That's what makes road course racing though, and street course racing so exciting. As here's David Owens now. He's trying to peek, looking around a case of beer, letting him know he's there. As David gets a little loose there, you can see the wiggle. A lot of wiggling going on, and that's just abusing those tires. And the more these race goes on, you're going to see a lot more wiggling coming out of these trucks. But we got a great battle here. I feel like Owens, a little smoke there from Case. Case didn't really get that turn where he wanted it. Now Owens might have a run here coming down the Owens. Oh, see, there he goes, trying to get that truck under control. Is not able to. He's going to lose a ton of time. He had a great run on Case of Beer, but now he's going to have to do all that work all over again.
And now Dalton Geyer ain't going to help him.
No, not at all. Dalton Geyer's saying thank you. That's the problem, right? Like, see David hard on the brakes. That truck is getting very loose. He's just really abusing that truck right now, and that might come back to bite him in the butt here later on in this race if he decides not to get tires.
I think he's just taking those RPMs up way too high. The truck cannot handle it. That rear end will just come right around on you, and when you get back on that gas too soon, especially in second gear, you're just going to get punished. Right here, coming downhill, thinking you're going to drop it from third into second. It's going to bounce, and then you've got no traction heading into the turn. Good Tokyo drift there by Owens, but he's still got Geyer right up on his back bumper. And Jonathan Quesabir, he's running about as good as I've seen him all day right here.
Yeah, it's still not good enough, Mean Gene.
No, Panzarella definitely has got to be enjoying the fruit of his labor. Now 2.7 seconds, and you can see that gap right there down that straightaway as Panzarella hunting his first win of the truck series. He would love to get that win in your in guarantee and maybe even take the points lead back from Dalton Geyer. Remember, Zach, a lap down at Talladega last weekend, one of the 11 drivers penalized, lost the regular season points lead to teammate Dalton Geyer. Dalton Geyer still in a great position in fourth, but if Zach could win this thing, he would be able to take over that points lead again. Just another storyline as we're watching these guys make their way around. 12 would love to get it done, and now 2.9. He's pushing it. He's almost at 3 seconds over Quesabir.
Yeah, and it looks like Alex Hillman back in the, like you said, you're right. He's out of the truck. Signed it up. I thought he was still on the track, Mean Gene, but I was wrong. He's all done for the day, like you said. And then the great point, fruits of his labor. I mean, you come into these races and you think, oh, I'm not going to qualify, and you sit back in the back. It does work out sometimes, but sometimes, especially like this, going down turn 1, there's a big cluster, and now you're in the back because you decided not to try your best and put your best effort forward, and now you got to pay the price, and a lot of these guys did. And but hats off to Zach at the moment right now. He looks like he's in the driver's seat and cleared that accident from Kyle Lynott, and here we are. Good little lead, but I mean that doesn't mean we have still great racing right now, because looks like Owens and Geyer definitely have the pace and are tracking down Quesabir at the moment. But like you said, Mean Gene, Quesabir really doing a great job with his race and keeping those trucks behind him as he's trying to hold on to a podium spot.
Yeah, just being so consistent. Really going to be fascinating to see if tires are what you want to do. Those tires did appear to cut 4 seconds off per lap, but let's say there's only 10 seconds left. That's just 40 seconds of track time, theoretically, plus the hits. I don't know if that would be a full lap. I don't know if it would be worth it. Unless you wreck, right? If you wreck, you really wish you would have taken those tires.
Exactly. And it's just more about your comfort level. Like, I know it's hard. I know, like, especially with like some guys like Jared Kelly and things like that. Like, they tell you, oh, don't take tires. But it's like, they're just that good, you know, where they're comfortable running on older tires. So for them, yeah, that does make a lot of sense. As Dalton looks like he's a little out of shape back there. Might have had a moment, but you know, if you're comfortable on colder tires and having that stability under you, I mean, go for it. You know, because if you finished a race and the other guy didn't, you know, more power to you. Dalton's trying to get that thing back under control. Looks like he might have got a brush up in the wall. Going to lose that position to David Brenner. Brenner's going to jump up the P4. So Brenner having a great day right now. Let's see if he can make up some time. The 22 of Brenner. And chase down David Owens.
It's 3 now. It's 3.5. Remember, it was 5.5. It's 3.5 now.
Yeah, you know, he's. Oh, here we go. Mean Gene. 11 and the 8. It's going to happen. Yeah, keep our eyes on this one because it's heating up. David Owens looking at the outside. He's going to try to get it there. No, crosses back under case of beer. Now going to look to make the move maybe down into this fatal 4 corner. Hard on the brakes, David Owens.
Yeah, these guys not teammates, not in Discord together. Nice pass, as you can see him go on the inside. I think Sabir kind of let that happen. Didn't seem to battle Owens. Oh, Owen, and that's why he didn't battle him. He figured, well, the 11 likes the wall. Maybe he'll find it again. We'll see if that damage is going to come back to haunt the 11.
Yeah, Sabir, let him go by. Gave him that inside. Figured work to fight another day, but now that David Owens is out front, I'm not sure what he knows what to do with that clean air. See, now he's getting loose coming over to McDonald's, but he's loving it. Corner, and David Owens really loose there. Like we said earlier, he's getting loose, really warming up those tires. You can see the screweliness there as he almost hits the outside
gear. That's that high rev of second gear right there. You gotta short shift. Speaking of trouble, we didn't show what happened. Looks like David Brenner, though, that gap, we said it was at 3.5. Suddenly it's back to 6. Panzarella just laid a burner of a lap down, pulled away by almost a second on everybody there. And looks like Dalton Geyer is going to be the first of our leaders to bring it in to the pits.
Yeah, good move there by Dalton. His pit window's open. Maybe he had some early damage where he wants to try to get it repaired as soon as he can.
4 tires.
4 tires, okay. Yeah, good call. Let's try to. I feel like something's a brewing here between the 11 and Case of Beer.
Now, if you could catch him.
I think Case of Beer runs better when there's a truck, like when there's a carrot out in front of his nose, and I'm not sure Owens' truck is as well underneath him as he thinks it is.
No, and I really think he's revving that thing just a little bit too high. And once those watch right here what happens with Owens. You keep it in second, that whole little stretch right there, so that's not a problem. You're in second, you shift it up to third. You're going to roll it around.
You can tell these guys' tires are getting warm.
Here it's going to happen. Watch
the
this.
Fountain section. They're getting wider and wider away
right
from
here,
the,
and watch him gun it.
Yep. He's just super hard on it. He's just.
And here again, downshift into second. It bounces. You hit it too soon. Oh, my.
Contact.
Oh, and they both stop, and Brenner goes around.
David Owens just going to the pits. Perfect. Good recovery.
Wow. It was. Owens got lucky right there. He saved a lot of time by choosing to go in the pits right there. Owens is on the radio. He's speaking in tongues. He's speaking in tongues right now.
I've never known Owens to jump on the radio.
No. He's got 2 number 1s on his car, and he's got 2 number 1s being shown on his fingers right now for the 8 a case of beer.
That's a good one.
Wow, that is amazing. You know who likes all of that? That's Zach Panzarella, as he now has an 8.5 second lead over David Brenner. Brenner was putting down some quick laps, but Panzarella was almost 2 seconds faster than Brenner that last time around.
No, something happened to that 22 truck there, Mean Gene. That last lap was a 135. Yeah, something happened. 135 last lap time. He might have had an incident, but he's looking like he's driving this thing a little gingerly, you know?
I don't blame him now. You got to figure he got it to 3.5, and then 2 laps later, it was 6.5 seconds. And right now, just continuing to fall behind, 9 seconds behind is David Brenner. So if I'm him, I just saw that little incident between those 2 cars and trucks in front of me. I'm just thinking, let's milk this bad boy to second place.
All right, so let's keep an eye on these gaps. So Zach's got over like about 9-second gap. So when everything cycles out, I'm just curious to see, where the next car is compared to Zach. See how well he did managing those tires. But like you said, this guy.
Here goes Brenner.
Yeah, and he can take care of his equipment right now. He doesn't have to be putting down burners like you say. He can take care of the tires, and he's got a nice lead. And then even if he wants to, he can come down pit road. But he could probably afford to put tires on if he wants to, or if he doesn't, he'll be okay too because he didn't destroy his tires out there, running out there with clean traffic in front of him. Because you can see way in front of him, there's nothing in sight for a little while.
Yeah, and Zach's still running strong, 134.99. That was the second fastest lap. The only person faster was Kyle Lynott. Looks like Lynott's got that 988 rolling again after that contact that he had with Hillman.
Yeah, Kyle's got that thing back running and still on the lead lap. It looks like, correct, Mean Gene?
No, Zach got by him. He's in between that little gap. But if Lynott can make it to the end and Panzarella still has to come back in for fuel, maybe Lynott could finish this thing on the lead lap. Next for Lynott, he's trying to chase down Steve Fuji, but he's 50 seconds behind.
Okay.
Wow, Brenner pitted and came out and still has a 6-second lead over Sabir and Owens after that foolishness.
Yeah, that's what you learn throughout these races, right? Like that's what's going to make you a better driver. I feel like is learning that patience and when to make a move or like.
When I make a move is when they're sliding loose in front of me, and I go right into their door.
Yes, that's exactly right. But it's like you almost have to learn to like foresee those things happening. And then Zach's taking for. I was going to ask you there, Mean Gene and Buddy. Yeah, you can see the lap times. I mean, what is that? He's running. I
mean, Lynott's the only one putting down 134. Oh, there's a 132 by Lynott that time. So everybody else is running high 30s.
But he made a great point there. He was able to come in, pit, put 4 tires on, and still continue to have the lead. And he was able to afford that from just running a nice, clean race, staying out of trouble.
7-second lead. Wow.
Yeah. So there you go. But tires matter with this truck and this Chicago street course. You can see it right here with these runs. Even after 13 laps, you lose about 4 seconds. It looks like, and that's a big difference. 3 laps running 4 seconds slower, that covers your pit stop time probably. So yeah, 10 to go here at Chicago. There's the shot of Steve bringing it down pit road for his scheduled stop. It looks like David Brenner, like you said, running P2, 8 seconds behind. Next closest gap there, we have the Jonathan Sabir and David Owens feud. There's about a 4-second difference between those two, so maybe we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully that gets spicy.
I've never wanted someone to make up a 4-second gap so quick in my life.
See, we're rooting for David Owens there to see if he can keep that truck underneath him. Did the Owens take tires on that pit stop?
I am not sure. We'll tell you after this next lap time, though, right?
Yes, yeah. No, Owens he had a 14-second stop, so yeah, 14.9. Jonathan Sabir did not. Jonathan pitted lap 31, had a 7-second stop.
That's right.
Yeah, the whole rest of the field took tires, so be interested to see
when he gets caught.
Right, because it is only 4 seconds. So I mean, if Davis truck's in good shape and he could catch him, I mean, it's mathematically it should be possible here in 9 laps.
Yeah, almost a second faster was Owens than Sabir that last lap. So, ooh, look at Matty go. Yeah, Matt Novella dropped a burner.
Yeah, great job there by Matt. 131.3. Great job there.
Look at Zach, dropping the 157. That must have been with the pits.
Yeah, Matt. That's the fastest lap of the fastest lap of the race so far from Matt. So see if that holds up throughout the race here.
Yeah, Matt is a great road course racer. You know, him and Volpus staples of running the road courses. So not a surprise to see that 56 Chevrolet drop that amazing lap time. Zach Panzarella, there he goes, 133.33 back to his quickness. And that lead over David Brenner now 9.4 seconds. Sabir and Owens now within 3 seconds of each other. It's gonna get spicy.
Yeah, you know David Owens is not happy there with Sabir, and that's probably fueling his aggression level into these turns. But you know, you can just see the body language of the trucks. Like, see there, there's David right there swinging it out wide. But then you take a look at Zach, and Zach's truck is just really smooth and underneath him. But it's been that way the whole race, even when he was in traffic. So Zach's ability to run pretty conservative laps and keep that truck underneath him where he's not sliding the tires around, causing more issues. Because like I keep saying, you know, once you start getting things hot, it's like an avalanche. You know, it just keeps growing. It's like a snowball going down a hill. It just keeps getting larger and larger because the more you get them hot, the more you slide them, the more you slide them, the more you get them hot. So, yeah, just great job by the 12 so far.
Yeah, with these elevation changes, there's really no opportunity for a quote-unquote cool-down lap. Dalton Geyer in the pit again for an extended stay right now. Got to wonder what's going on with him. He was running so well earlier, and now suddenly we see the 36 taking an extended pit stop, going a lap down to everybody. Unfortunate end to the day for the 36. We'll see if he can bring it back out, but ooh, and there's Zach bringing it on by to put him another lap down.
Not in the background there, getting a little close to that wall, but yeah, this race is winding down here. 7 laps to go. Drivers are probably fatigued and tired and just probably wanting to get the heck out of this racetrack as soon as they can. But yeah, we got 6 drivers right now on the lead lap, it looks like.
Yeah, Joe with a good comeback after he took that front end off, huh?
Yeah, well, that's what a fast repair will help you do. But everyone's got one, so it's always, you know, it's a fair advantage for everyone. You can use them if you got them. It affords you making a mistake. Sorry if the guy you hit or wrecked used his already. Yeah, but as long as you got yours, everything's okay, right?
Yeah, I've raced in leagues with those fast repairs. I never anticipate planning to use it or wanting, because it just seems to get used at the worst possible moment. Yeah, Dalton's still down there. That is just terrible for him, as he is just not rolling. And now he's been lapped by Tommy Fox as well. Tommy in the 11th, Dalton in 12th. So I think his day, it might be done. We are on lap 33, going to 42. 9 more laps remaining. Panzarella with a 12-second lead now. And meanwhile, that case of beer lead over Owens is just down to 2 seconds. He's reeling him in like a tuna on a deep-sea fishing expedition.
Yeah, this is the
thing. This is what we want.
Yeah, this is what we're looking forward to. Is Owens going to be able to catch up to Case of Beer and exact revenge upon him, or is Case of Beer going to be able to just hang out in front of him on those older tires, or anything ill can fall upon him?
He wants to drop one of those banana peels right now.
Sir.
Look at that. Yeah, in the back, Vulpus just making it work, trying to stay on that lead lap. Ooh, and
now, Mean Gene, can you fill me in, or do you know any information on the? They're having like a truck team thing, aren't they, for this league, for the series?
They are, and I do not have the graphic on that at that moment, so I won't be able to tell you. Some of the truck teams are parallel to the race teams, but some are not.
Okay.
So we'll just have to wait for the graphic on that. at the beginning of next week. Next week, trucks are running at Las Vegas, so we are expecting to see one of those large fields once again as we get there, and we'll have the updated graphics on the team truck standings. Just another thing for us to be interested and pay attention to here in our Thursday Thriller Truck Series. Look at Zach laying it down. 11-second lead. Hey, look at Buddy on point right there. So
Yeah,
you can
so
see those leaders.
Yeah, no, you have a couple. You have 4 teams, and it looks like 5 guys per team there. You got your Team Owens, Panzarella, Team Novella, and Team Volpus there. So, yeah, just take that all in. You can kind of see who's working with who there. Yeah, you can see Owens' team out there out in the lead by only 14 points there.
Who's
close battle?
Who's Case of Beer? What team is he on?
On David Owens' team.
Hey, come here. I command you to pull it in.
Oh, 5 to go here. Yeah, it's getting closer and closer there. That's pretty. That's.
Look at it. Look at it. They're getting there.
So if you're Owens and you're the team leader, I mean, do you suck it up and you're like, hey, you know, it's for the greater good, or do you take a chance of like, you know?
Well, look, this is the way I think about it. Right now, Kyle Lanott's a lap down in 8. So what's the worst that could happen, right? You just, even if he gets smashed, he falls down to 12th. You know, he'd be ahead of, or 11th. He'd be ahead of Dalton Geyer. So what's the real difference between 11th and, you know, 3rd? It ain't that big. Especially when you got spun around.
And this is I was going to say another thing though, like you're talking about cars lapped down and people out of races. It's like, if you were able just to kind of be consistent and not wreck, you could get a top 10 here. And, you know, that's a big deal for, you know, it builds a lot of confidence in yourself, knowing that like, hey, I finished this race. I didn't hit a wall. I didn't take myself out of it. I didn't make any mistakes. You know, and that's all you can ask for. And then as you keep practicing and getting better, you know, you will start gaining time and confidence more and more, but you won't gain any of that if you're sitting in the pits and regretting what you should have done differently or whatnot, you know, and that goes a long way in everything and we do in life, I think. But yeah, just something to think about for all you new guys that aren't too comfortable with road racing. You know, just get comfortable and take it easy and just finish the race. And then once you finish one race, you finish another one, and then you start building confidence. And then when you go back to that track again, it's a great feeling because you know that you can finish it. And now it's just all about finding that speed, you know, here and there, and you know, not worrying about so much about what the top guys are doing all the time, because that's one thing I think we all are guilty of is like, you know, Zach or Jared Kelly or whoever's running up front. It's like, what are those times they're running? You know, and you're like, you're pushing yourself to get those times all the time, and you end up wrecking yourself. So, just my 2 cents.
I agree 100%. I think myself, I'm in my first full-time Next Gen Cup in the Sunday BRL series, and I cannot compare myself to the other drivers because that's a disservice to my own advancement, my own progression. Instead, I just compare myself to how I did yesterday. You talked about practicing earlier for yourself, getting ready for the next, you know, for the road course, and how you found yourself getting a little bit faster every day. And I think that's what people need to do. Just compare yourself to what you did yesterday. And that works in life as well. If you're a sprinter and you're going to compare yourself to an Olympic athlete, that'll make you quit. If you're a wrestler, you're looking at an Olympic wrestler, any sport, of course you're not at that level yet, but time, you know, time and will allow that progression if you stay loose. I can't wait to revisit some of the tracks that we've already done on those Sunday mornings, because now I know those breaking points. I know, and I'm learning how the car handles. And I think that for any beginner, that's what you have to think about. This track, I was running 140 in the truck. And if I'd have just run the 140s and not wrecked, well, heck, I would have at least gotten, 11?
Right. Update on update on our speed time fast lap of the race. Looks like Kyle Lynott just hit the fast lap of the race there. So a 131.1, very close to a
he got
130.
him.
Yeah, so Matt Novella upset there, and Kyle Lynott the new crowned fast lap of the race.
Hillman, he had a good lap too, but
Okay, now Case of Beer is going to have some traffic. Case of Beer is running for his life. Oh, and see what I mean? That throttle off exit, these trucks are gnarly on old tires. It's hard to keep control of these things, man.
it's always coming out. It really is that RPM going too high with that second gear. It seems to happen every time. I haven't seen it happen third to fourth, but really seeing, especially second to third, that'll cost you.
I'm impressed with Jonathan right now. Old tires, holding off Owens. He's got lap traffic in front of him to deal with. So let's see. But this is not sounding too good now for Case of Beer. This is definitely going to slow him down and bring him right to David Owens' grasp.
Look at him begging Fusion. Please let me by. Please, the 67 Milliken, please let me go. And they do. But they also let Owens by. So the pain continues.
Oh, yeah. All right. Not close enough yet to get to the back bumper if that's what he wants to do.
Lap 41, soon to be complete. Zach Panzarella with an 11-second lead. Brenner's done good to keep that lead from extending, but he just can't do anything to close that gap. So all eyeballs are on the 8 and the 11, seeing if Owens can get by. He's close again. He just needs to watch out about revving it too high. And
Yeah,
now the very fast Kyle Lynott right behind both of them.
Yeah. I think David might have wanted Kyle to pass him there. But David hard on the brakes. The truck gets all out of shape, able to hold on to it, not hit the wall. I mean, might have just skinned it. Here comes into the next turn.
This is some exciting stuff, especially you add Lynott, who's faster than both these guys,
right,
into the equation.
Passed there by Kyle.
Good move.
Pressure tires hasn't beat him up as much as Owens. Jonathan, Case of Beer has no tires. I'm really curious what Case of Beer's tire wear is at the end of this one.
Hopefully he knows that that's not for position with Lynott and just let him get out of there. Ooh, look at the gap. Oh. Good roll there by Case of Beer.
Sir. All right, how's Zach looking? Zach cross the finish line. He's on the back. He's on the last turn.
About to
the start finish line. Congratulations to Zach. I know we didn't give you too much love there at the end, but we got to keep our eyes on old Owens and Case of Beer here.
Yep.
See if we get a payoff.
Jonathan hit the wall. That's going to cost him some speed. They're coming into the McDonald's section. Lynott, he wants to pull away, but he wants to keep it in his rearview mirror.
David cuts it in front. He gets him, but able to hold on to his position. Oh, but is Owens going to be able to finish the race in fourth? Oh, he's going to lose a position.
Passes him. Novella
passes him. So was it worth it?
It was always worth it. No, it was definitely worth it.
Congratulations to Zach Panzarella. Wow. David Brenner gets that second place. Great job there by David after spinning out in the first lap, able to rebound for the 22. So great job there by Mr. Brenner. Jonathan Case of Beer is going to get our third podium spot after almost getting wrecked there by David Owens. Owens is going to finish in fifth, but Matt Novella with a late pass because of the shenanigans of Owens is able to sneak away with that P4.
Wow. I mean, exciting racing there at the end, especially to see with what you just called it, shenanigans, to see what happened there at the end. But I got to tell you, great run by Zach. Had to be so happy on that restart to watch the spin and the contact that just opened up the door, and that allowed him to just put down lap after lap. And those were quick laps. He wasn't just taking his time back there. He was actually doing it. All right, I tell you what, I got an interview here I'd love to do. Alex Hillman, are you there, buddy?
Yeah.
All right, man. So I saw you in the truck waiting for Lynott when he came into the pit. Any? Can you take me through what happened in that little incident? I mean, you were a winning truck. He was a winning truck. What happened there?
I made a few mistakes in the first stage that caused me to get aero damage, and aero damage on this track is a death sentence. Um, it's hard to keep it still. I tried my best to stay in front of the guys before stage break. And then when we restarted, I got a great jump and took it 3 wide, and don't really know what happened, but ended up in the wall and got squeezed, and I had 7 minutes of damage and just called it then. And then went back on track, try to get fastest lap with 2 to go.
Yep. I can't blame you for trying that. Good run. You did have a really fast lap there once you came back on. I just wanted to check in and make sure. I saw you head to the infield care center for a quick little visit. Exciting opening of that race. Sorry to see the damage and, like you said, the effects of that arrow. While you're here, Alex, anybody you want to say hey to?
Just the DDI guys. I mean, they all did great today. Have fun race with them, and congrats to Zach.
Cool.
He's deserved it all season.
Hey, and congrats to you on your recent win as well. That was fun to watch. I got to call that one.
Thank you.
Yep, that was Alex Hillman, early leader, then suffered from some incidents. Going to finish 14th here today. Thank you, Zach. Get you some rest, buddy. You deserve it. Alex, get you some rest, Alex. You deserve it.
Thank you.
All right, and tell you what, that's going to bring us to our leader. Kevin, you want to chat with Zach if he's there?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Zach, how are you feeling after slamming that truck, trying to do burnouts for your victory burnout there? Start finishing.
Got him.
Not my proudest burnouts of my life right there. The track's a little bit small. And he also, man, after I saw what happened to Parker Kligerman, I had to make sure that thing passed inspection. So,
That's true.
You do what you got to do.
That's smart. No, Zach, I mean, I feel like the really turning point of this race was the restart off the caution. You did a great job off that one pass, you know, to get the lead. But then after you had the lead and then the restart, and you guys had a lot of your top competitors kind of took themselves out of the race early, did you have a sense of relief once you saw, hey, they're not even in the race, like they're getting repairs, or did you have anyone still on your radar to keep the lookout for?
Yeah, that was a crazy little sequence there with Novella and Lynott taking tires and me and Hillman not. I didn't even mean to pass Hillman at the end of the stage there. I mean, obviously I wanted to, but I felt like I dove in way too late. I just was so worried about Lynott that I drove it in deep. And then I was like, oh, God, I'm sorry, Alex, and ended up with the lead there. But, yeah, that put me in great position on that restart. And, yeah, the weird thing about Chicago is there's no Geico restart zone, so it's the flagman who controls your restart. So I didn't have that advantage as the leader. So that almost cost me. Lynott definitely destroyed me on that restart there. It looked like he had control. He was so much better than me. So I dove it in really deep, and I thought I kind of caused that one at first because I felt like I kind of went across Lynott's line because I dove in a little bit too deep than I should have. We talked after the race, and apparently it was just one of those things where cold tires. And yeah, in terms of how I felt after that, it's a relief, obviously, right? I was so worried about Novella and Lynott, and I heard you talk so much today about consistency being the reason or how you win these races. And I realized pretty early I didn't really have the raw speed for them. So I was just trying to unmistake or just make less mistakes than they did. So it felt very in my control at that point. But I mean, as you talked about as well, oh my gosh, the amount of anxiety that you have with, what was it, like 16 to go,
Right.
that is going to be all green. That was really stressful, and Brenner's no slouch either. And he also wins a case of beer, other stuff. But yeah, that was a lot, especially a track like that with no grass and all walls around you.
Yeah, but I mean, this has got to be a big relief for you. I know you've been looking forward to getting a win in the Truck Series this season to really cement your position in the playoffs and just to kind of get that monkey off your back. So great job at such a hard track. And with, like you said, a lot of great competitors around you that are great at road racing. So yeah, it's just hats off to you, Zach, and getting it done and kind of putting your money where your mouth is this whole week. So congrats, man.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and yeah, feels great.
And you took the points lead back.
Yeah,
that's points back from Geyer.
That feels incredible to be back on top there. But like I said last week, I would have happily been still in second if I could have gotten that win. I just wanted that win so bad. So that's definitely a monkey off my back. It felt impossible for a minute there, and so that just feels unbelievable. One of the coolest wins of my life. So I'm extremely, extremely happy about that one. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Shout out to my team, Daily Drivers Inc. Alex Hillman was incredible today. Case of beer with that guy is just improving so much. It's been fun to see. Novella was easily a top 2 card today. Um, Dalton Geyer definitely had some misfortune, but he had a hot rut as well. And Greg McGivern coming out there and doing a great job. So shout out to everyone on the team. Shout out to you guys for taking time out of your Thursdays. You, buddy, Kevin and me, Gene, means a ton. And I've been saying for so long, this league deserves to be broadcasted. And I think we showed why with that awesome show we put on to end that first stage and just all the great action you saw and drama today. So super, super happy we were able to get that one broadcasted. And thank you guys so much for doing it. It means a ton.
Yeah, our pleasure, Zach. And yeah, we could sit around here patting ourselves on the back all day, but yeah, we couldn't have done it without everyone's help, especially yours, Zach, and your vision for this, and Mean Gene and Buddy, especially Buddy, all the behind stuff he does. So, but yeah, just glad to see everything turn out so well for everybody, and great way to finish your Thursday night off here with this great win, man, and great looking truck as always. All your DDI trucks, man. I really liked Matt's truck. My favorite truck tonight.
I love Matt's truck. That's what I wanted to make for a while. The Shark Reaper. That thing is badass.
But
it's badass. On Matt, so it's gonna get plenty of camera time up front. But yep, thank you guys so much, and means a ton. You guys are awesome and incredible job today.
Well, Mean Gene, yeah, the boss gave us his blessing. We did a good job. He might keep us around for another week. So yeah, Mean Gene, thanks for having me here tonight also, and it was fun filling in as always, man. Never a dull moment.
No, we got to see some exciting stuff. Last week, we had the drama of Bobby Dodson winning the race, and then they stripped it away. This week, no drama for the top position, but we did get to see the awesome battle between Owens and Case of Beer. A little bit of drama between Lynott and Hillman, but Hillman just wouldn't take the bait, would he? No, he was an adult. I'm going to have to interview the other guy next time. Maybe I can get him all fired up. But lovely action here from Chicago Street Course. That is going to finish race number 8 of our 12-week season. Drivers will be at Las Vegas next week as we see 8 guys win races in 8 weeks. Will that streak continue? Will we get another new winner next week? Only one way to find out, and that's come join us. Go ahead and take this opportunity to hit subscribe, like this video, become a member here at MRL, and also our sister network, the Bonfire Race League, as action will pick up again there on Sunday as we are at Indianapolis in the Next Gen on Sunday. And then afterwards, join us for a little, what would you call that? It's not an Around the Bonfire, Around the Vortex? Is that what we're calling it?
I think it's like a watch party, like just come hang out, come hang out with us and chat and yeah, just a good time, just chit chatting, and hopefully we can make you laugh and cry and all types of things.
Yeah, we talk about the different leagues. Sometimes Kevin's out there doing a little smoke and barbecue, and we do have the MRN update on the screen as well. Can't show you the race, but you will see who's in what position, what lap they're on. And there's also a tracker that shows you what lap, green flags, and when it is under caution always. So that's a good time, and that will be on our future mothership, the Vortex Racing Network on YouTube. I think that's going to wrap it up. You got any final thoughts before we head, Kevin?
No, just another great race and a lot of good points and teaching lessons to take from this one, me, Gene, that we commented throughout the race. So with that all being said, that's it, man. I just make sure you guys, the VRN, that watch party is more about getting you guys used to going to that channel is what we're trying to do, and just get you used to going there for your racing needs. Because after these seasons, a lot of your races are going to be shown on that league, and that's just going to help out all of us here behind the scenes, being able to give you better broadcasting and media as the seasons go on and as we progress with how that's going to grow. So just you can use your support, subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. Just help us grow, get more eyes on it. And we appreciate all your time and you guys being here with us tonight.
Yep. It has been a great time here in Chicago. No drivers were shot during the entire race. So thank you to the city of Chicago for taking a ceasefire for the last 2 hours of the race. That's going to wrap it up on behalf of myself, Mean Gene Money, Kevin Kyle, and Buddy Sully, as well as the boys in the production truck. All our sponsors, DDI, KK Woodwork, and Chantilly Lace. It has been a pleasure. Hope to see you next week at Las Vegas. And as always, bottoms up